Hello and welcome to the Muscatine Independent Film Festival preview show. I'm your host, Chad Bishop. I'm one of the co-creators of the Film Festival event, and I'm the studio manager here for Muscatine Power and Water, Digital TV's Access Channel 9, and the MCC Video Department, who is one of the sponsors of the first annual MIFF, Muscatine Independent Film Festival event. And I'm very happy that you decided to join us and hoping that you'll come out to the event that's coming up November 2nd, 2013, Saturday, 6 p.m. at the MCC Student Center. That's what this show is about. We're going to preview the event, let you know a little bit about what you can expect when you show up. We're going to show you a couple trailers, and we've got the other co-producer, Mike Ray, with us, and we've got some clips from the movie that he's entering in the festival as well. So stick with us. This is going to be a great show and a great opportunity for you to learn all about MIFF, the Muscatine Independent Film Festival, first ever event of its kind that I'm aware of happening at the Muscatine Community College, November 2nd at 6 p.m. Be there. And without further ado, let's get to know Mike Ray, who's here with us, who's co-hosting the event. Mike, welcome. Thanks for being a part of MIFF.
Absolutely. I'm excited, Chad. I'm really, really excited about this festival. I think it's going to be huge for Muscatine. It's a chance for others out there like myself who want to direct, who want to write, to show their art off here in town, and maybe even go further than that. I mean, it's a possibility. That's what I want to do, I know, but this is going to be a huge chance for them to display what they are.
It's an opportunity to showcase local filmmaking. I mean, that's kind of the idea I think me and you had. We want to support local filmmaking. And it's also an opportunity to provide awards. Let's recognize, as you know from making films, without pay necessarily, it's a lot of work. And being recognized wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, you know, but how can you get recognized? Maybe some likes on Facebook or whatnot, but having a venue to watch a movie live in an audience, share what you've worked so hard with, was an important part of it, I think you mentioned. And if nothing else, November 2nd in Muscatine, Saturday night, there's going to be something really cool to do in town. And That's not always the case.
No, never. It's going to be huge. So definitely come out and check it out. Going to have food there, some drinks, but most importantly, some great films for everybody to watch.
So let's break it down. What's happening in MIFF now? It's not really complicated, but we've upped it a notch. We have a VIP room that starts at 6 p.m. So if you're VIP, you get in. Well, tell us a little bit about VIP room from your experience, and I'll add to that. At 6 p.m., you show up at the door. Who gets into who's a VIP at this thing?
Usually it's VIPs or like your filmmakers, some of your crew. But in this case here, we also have people coming in who want to get to know like directors, maybe networking. Networking is a big thing in filmmaking. That's the chance for you to get to know other people who also share the same art you do. So it lets them get together. You get to meet people. Hopefully down the road, make some films with them, contact them on Facebook. But it's definitely huge. I mean, it's actually
so it's the VIP green room. It's kind of like the waiting area for the event. Right. And also in the green room, you're going to have a chance to. Well, here's the other reason. So if you want to come in and pay a little bit extra, $8, guess what? We're going to feed you at the VIP room.
Right.
That's kind of the part you didn't necessarily miss out, but I think some people are just like, hey, I want some pizza. That's what we're going to cater it up with, some pizza for the VIPs. So if you were lucky enough to be awarded selection in this film festival, you're a VIP, and you get to bring one guest. So not everybody that wanted to be in this round got in, right?
Correct.
We had to screen some people out.
Yeah, we had people who were definitely wanting to be in it, and we're so full that we couldn't. So
that's a good problem.
It's huge for us, so that's awesome.
We'll probably end up, if this works out, having it annually. And my idea is to have it like at the end of May, first part of summer. Let people showcase what they've been doing all winter and have it once a year. Build off of the momentum of this one so the people that didn't get in this time, if you're a filmmaker, you'll have a chance to enter the actual annual event, the May edition. And there's a jury pool to help select who gets in. Because once you're in, you're a VIP, you get to bring it somebody. If you're a crew member, you might be awarded a VIP. Right. Pizza. Atmosphere, it's just a little bit of a upper edge notch, you know.
Right,
all film festivals have green rooms and VIP rooms, so why can't MIFF?
Everybody likes backstage passes to the concerts and stuff, so it's kind of similar to that.
So it's a little bit extra just to cover the expense of the food. But if you're not a VIP, that doesn't mean that it's the end of the event. For $5, if you come in, if you're a student, by the way, it's only $2. Going to general admission at $7, just like you're going out for the movies, right? You show up, and what's in there? Probably some popcorn. We're still working out the details, but definitely some movie snacks.
Gotta have your jujubes.
So show up at 7 p.m. and just do the festival. Now, what we'll be doing while we're staging people in the green room is as they come over one by one, yep, we got a red carpet. I think it's actually maroon-ish.
Maroon,
it's
red.
the same color as these chairs. But there's a red carpet.
It's a former red.
And I think we got some paparazzi.
Oh, we're going to have plenty of paparazzi there. I promise you that. Some press, maybe.
If you're watching and you have a camera and ever wanted to know what it's like to be a paparazzi member, we're looking for people to kind of cover the entrances of the directors. Now, they might not be rich and famous yet, but they're still directors, and they are the stars of the evening.
Absolutely.
The stars in the movies are VIPs, and then, of course, the directors.
Correct.
Which you're one of them.
Yes, I am.
You're entering an event. Now, you won't be probably allowed to vote, except you won't be a judge, let's just put it that way.
Right.
Because you probably have an idea of who you'd vote for. But you actually directed a movie called Faith, which is one of the featured films. We'll go over all the films in just a moment. But tell us a little bit about Faith.
Faith, we finally just finished up. We started that back in March, actually, and to be honest with you, it's been fun. It's been a fun process. The first time we ever made a film that's more than about 15 minutes long, so 30 minutes was a big jump for us. But basically, Faith is about a guy named John Faith who has a disease, and he meets this girl named Miranda. And what happens is Miranda wants to get this big story on him. She wants to have the biggest story in the journal newspaper. So she's trying to impress her boss, but she also wants to get the story. So what she does, she goes after John Faith. But of course, in the way of this is the villain, you want to say, the detective who's trying to find a way just to lock up John Faith and get rid of him because he's kind of like, he's a hero, but to him, he's like a nuisance around town. He's a homeless nuisance. But so throughout the film, John's trying to make good, but also Miranda's trying to get this big story, and of course, it's a love story type, you want to say. But the main reason the film is, John's just trying to get his way through town without being noticed, without being bugged, and with Detective Muse and Miranda in the picture, it's kind of hard to do that.
Wow, okay. So almost a feature-length film you put together here. So yeah, it took some time, it sounds like.
In my eyes, it's definitely a feature-length
30 minutes
film.
is not an easy task.
It's not.
You shot that over the course of many different locations and scenes. And
a lot of local locations here in town.
Writing it, putting it together. Well, before we get too far into it, we do have a trailer for it, just to give just a movie trailers. We got movie trailers. We're going to show you a couple of the trailers of some of the films that you can see at MIFF, Muscatine Independent Film Festival, November 2nd here at MCC. 6 p.m. for VIP, 7 p.m. for general admission. But John, if you've got that ready, we'll take a look at Faith, the trailer from Final Draft Productions that will be there.
What's wrong? Is somebody in trouble?
Yeah, me.
Stupid, step on the line back. Do this! For a man with no record, he is a loose cannon.
He's been through a lot, and I think that the article might actually help him.
Look, I know you're just trying for that one big story.
But this isn't it!
That's what you don't get, detective. He's a nice guy with a gift.
What, stupid?
Have you heard about this guy? Going around town, saving people's lives.
He's not a bad guy, Mom. He's just alone and has nowhere to go or anyone to go to.
It's Faith. And I like that. That makes me want to see it. Now, I happen to notice that I was in it.
The star's in there, of course.
I was, that was so long ago. Not really so long ago, but enough has happened since then that I kind of almost am surprised to see myself in there. But I'm sure going to enjoy seeing how it comes together because I've purposely not been too involved in the storyline because I want to watch it as if it's unfolding before my eyes too because I'm excited to see a movie from a local producer. And so yeah, basically that sums it up. This is a superhero kind of story.
Yep, kind of superhero, but then again, it's a love story, of course, just like Spider-Man. Of course, it's all about superheroes, but there's always got to be a villain, of course. And of course, a love triangle type deal, or whatever you want to call it. Or there's always a love story to every kind of film, a superhero film. That's basically what's in this film as well. But I'm excited. I can't wait to show it to everybody out there and everybody to see something that I put together along with my partner Nick and all of us at the crew, a cast and crew who's done it. We've spent a lot of time on it, a lot of work, and it's just finally just so proud to see it finally displayed somewhere. But it's going to be huge when it's displayed here in Muscatine, my hometown.
Yeah,
so. With
an audience. Now, are you nervous at all about it? Have you screened it with a test audience? Because it could be a flop. You could. I'm not trying to say it's going to be, but the trailer looks good. But maybe you edited just the 2 minutes that were watchable.
No, I'm definitely nervous that you said that. No,
I think that's excitement that makes it fun, though.
Right.
It motivated you to do a good job, hopefully.
Yeah, as I was shooting the film, of course, every time I was shooting, I'd go home and I'd edit a little bit, and so that way I could kind of mess with the sound a little bit. I do have a sound editor on there who's messed with it, tweaked it up a little bit. But Nick has seen the copy of it. My partner Nick, who's actually the star in the film, he plays John Faith. He actually has seen it, and in his words, quote, he loved it. It was awesome. So I'm trusting him. I'm putting it all in Nick's hands to make sure this film turns out the way it's supposed to be. So,
well, what another great thing about this, I'm just thinking out loud here, but in Hollywood, they do have a screening party.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of times directors and studios will screen a movie, big time screening, before they actually release it, because then based on the way the screening went, they might actually do a director's cut and then an actual cut. So maybe what you'll find is that it's perfect as is, or you might tweak a couple things when you're sitting in an audience, having people start to check their Twitter accounts during a scene or something, or laugh at times that you didn't know they were going to laugh, and laugh at times when you wanted them to.
Yep.
We might find that you tweak it a little bit and then maybe shop it around some other festivals. Is that in the works?
Yeah, we've had, we did 3 drafts so far. That's how many it took, because I've been messing with it. But yeah, we ad-libbed some scenes in there too that we didn't have written original script that we think is going to be hilarious, and it's some funny parts that we think the crowd's really going to enjoy. But yes, if this is successful, we're definitely going to take this to other festivals. That is the plan, just like we did with Alone, and that's definitely the plan. I think that's every director's plan. So
at Muscatine Independent Film Festival, you're gonna screen Faith and then also Alone, which you've had some success with. So kind of another reason we're having a film festival in Muscatine is that there's a Snake Alley in Burlington, there's one in Tipton, there's online one. So you shopped Alone at different festivals across the country, and tell us about that.
Yeah, we shot Alone in 2012, August of 2012, and basically what we did is after getting shooting that, we entered into a Yobi film contest. It's an online film contest. We ended up winning first place for that and won a pretty big grand prize, plus a trip to Detroit to be on one of their webisodes, I guess I want to say.
Wow.
So that's huge for us. And also we ended up submitting it into the Snake Alley Film Festival, and we got nominated for Best Iowa-Made Film, which is just absolutely huge to us. But yeah, so it got nominated. We didn't win, but still the point of being nominated and just being nominated, it was a great feeling seeing our film. You know, when they announced the nominations and our film was up on the screen, that was just amazing. So we want everybody else to have that too. So bringing
that to Muscatine, you're entering 2 of your films, and maybe for the one in May, you'll have a 3rd one up your sleeve. But there it is. If you're just tuning in right now, you're watching the MIFF preview show, November 2nd at MCC Student Center. 6 p.m. for VIPs if you want to eat pizza, or if you are a VIP, get here at 6 and we'll usher you over to the green room here at the MCC Video Studio. Otherwise, general admission, doors open basically at 7. We'll probably get things rolling around 7:10. It's $5, includes movie snacks. If you're a student, MCC Video Department is sponsoring this to allow you to get in for basically free. You know, if you come to the VIP room for $5, that covers your pizza.
That was your meal.
So that's your meal that you would have spent anyway that night. $2 if you just want to go general admission. Just enough to make sure that we have our expenses covered. We're not going to make any money off of this. We're just trying to provide something fun to do in Muscatine. There's going to be Q&A opportunities as well, so a chance to watch a movie and then actually talk about it with the directors there amongst each other, not just watch it and then go about your life.
Right, I learned a lot from doing that. So
okay. Let's move on a little bit to show a couple of the other films. We're not going to show previews for all the films, but we do have 2 other films lined up. We're basically showing you there's quite a few films, looks like about 10?
10 films.
10 films, various lengths from a couple minutes to a feature-length film. One of them is Far. We'll watch a trailer for Far and Paper People. Give us a little insight on Paper People. Far looks like it's directed by Brian Crew from Studio City, California.
Yep.
And he's going to be competing for the Viewer's Choice Award. He's not eligible for the Best Iowa Film at MIFF.
No.
But Viewer's Choice, and along with Paper People as well by Andrew
Atlinger.
Okay, so when you come to Muscatine Independent Film Festival, we're going to have Viewer's Choice Award. So you'll be able to vote for the 1 out of the 10 that you think's the best. They're going to get trophies, awards. We're not sure what the deal is yet, but somebody's going to win Viewer's Choice. And you're also going to get a chance to vote for the Best Iowa Film. And there looks like there's about basically 7 of them are eligible for the Best Iowa Film. So we're trying to keep this to be a local, regional thing for the most part. So the Best Iowa Film at MIFF is going to be awarded. So somebody's going to be able to put that feather in their cap. Maybe it's you, maybe not. But let's take a look at Far and Paper People. John, if you've got those queued up, we'll take a look at the trailers for those and then talk about them in a minute.
So, what are we doing tonight?
Do you like beer?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Far.
What, like Chicago? New York? Europe? Okay, we really need to stop doing this guessing thing.
Okay, so that gives you an idea that Far and Paper People, those are some real deal films. I was a little bit blown away by the production value of a couple of those. You shopped around for some entertaining, thought-provoking films, right?
I'm bringing the best to Muscatine here for
Why
this
not?
thing. It's the MIFF Festival. I'm bringing the best that's out
Why
there.
wouldn't we want the best to come to Muscatine? But that Paper People, for example, the last one we looked at, little thought-provoking, a little creepy in a way that makes me definitely want to see it.
It was. I remember watching that thing in the theater, and I was so suspenseful. I was like literally sitting on my hand, just waiting what's going to happen next.
Where'd you see that at?
I saw it at the Snake Alley Film Festival in Burlington, Iowa.
Okay.
We submitted our film there, but the main reason why I picked both those two films though was that they were so entertaining and they just drew the crowd in. I mean, at the very, very end of it, the crowd actually stood up and gave it a standing ovation. They were so great, and that's one reason why we brought those here.
Okay.
To this festival, because I thought those really got our attention.
That's great to know. If I'm thinking about coming to MIFF November 2nd at MCC, it's nice to know that there's two films that you've actually seen and you've shopped around to bring to you invited. You went out and invited some, and a couple of them you sent out a open request for submissions, and then some of these other ones.
It's part of the networking thing again. You know,
Okay.
network guys and bring them in, and Facebook
grows from there.
Facebook relationships, and then grows from there, and then they're happy to be here. They can't wait for it. They are absolutely thrilled to be here on MIFF.
So if you're an independent filmmaker, you start entering one festival, you're networking. The next thing you know, you might be in 50 film festivals across the country. It's almost like a national release.
Easily.
Without having to go through a studio, which would be a non-independent film if you're going through a studio. You can become a big deal, really.
You can become
using
a huge
that
deal.
network. Okay. So some of them, let's talk. We got, in addition to Alone, Faith, and Far and Paper People. Alone and Faith are the ones by Mike Ray and Final Draft Productions. Far and Paper People will be there. We also got Bring Me a Dream, which is a director from Mount Vernon.
Yep.
Thumb, which is open for viewer's choice. A female, Sarah Gerfield. Crosses is in here, the trailer for it anyway.
Right.
This is open for the viewer's choice. Nick Bush from Cedar Rapids.
Yep, he's originally from Muscatine, but Cedar Rapids now.
And then Side Effects by Sean Fitzgerald, also Iowa film, local filmmaker. White Diamonds by Corey Peak. I recognize his name. I was thumbing through some of the old public access archives, so that's somebody I probably have met before.
And Nick Harris was actually part of the Side Effects film.
Oh, okay. And then
Muscatine.
Nick Harris was in my class, and great filmmaker. He lives up in Oskaloosa now and works for the film department up there, I believe.
Yep, he does.
And so Nick Harris got into the festival, so...
Yes. Happy to see him.
I work for the video department, so I'm aware of these people that have an interest in video and go out and do things. And I'm not going to name too many names, but I've got a handful of people that I know. Jim Morrison's one, Dean Wellman. There's a couple other people. Flynn Collier, I think, is a guy who has expressed interest. Josh Hanna's running East Campus. He said he's going to be there.
Nice.
He's probably interested. I think what's happening, even yours truly, Chad Bishop's thinking about entering that one in May, because it's inspiring me to kind of maybe find some purpose and an outlet for some creativity now that I know that there's a venue that's going to give me kind of a goal, I suppose you'd say.
Showcase your arts, yeah.
Yeah, TV is great. I love TV. That's what I'm doing. That's what I do for a living. But I think there's something to be said about sitting in a theater, a room full of people, and sharing something. Even though you could see it on a little tiny screen on your computer, sure, or with a buddy or two, but nothing like, I'm sure you agree,
Seeing on
a big screen.
It's amazing. It's just the excitement of it is just incredible.
So that's MIFF. Coming up, Muscatine Independent Film Festival. John, go ahead and put that promo up full screen. We want to remind people who are just tuning in, this is the MIFF promo show, preview show. We're basically making sure you know that you can come to the Muscatine Independent Film Festival November 2nd. It's coming up here. And you can get here at 6 p.m. if you want to pay $8 and be a VIP, hang out with some of the directors.
You know you do.
Hang out with Mike here, hang out with me maybe. I might make an appearance between signing autographs. Just kidding about that. But we're going to have pizza for the VIP, and if you just want to go to general admission for $5, we'll have movie snacks in there, lots of water. And you can meet the directors between films. We might have a little Q&A. Maybe we'll do all the Q&A at the end. We haven't decided all the details yet. But a pretty big deal. A little red carpet going on, maybe some paparazzi. We're going to come as close as we can to the Hollywood experience without getting too carried away. We're just going to test the waters and see what it works. But so far, it just seems like an amazing response. The Dean of Students is all about how great of an idea it is. Give students here on campus maybe something to do. If they don't want to spend, I end up spending about $30 whenever I go to the Palms, easily. And not that I don't agree with the Palms.
Hard, right?
It's an awesome theater. But what if what if you're not Steven Spielberg or whatnot?
What if you can see 10 great short films in one night, a couple
There you go.
hours? I mean, it's...
Now, we got the pre-party, and I don't want to get too carried with the details, but I've noticed that all film festivals have an after-party. And there will be some sort of after-party, but you got to keep that that's still pondering in my mind, because some days I get a pretty elaborate idea, and then other days I'm like, what? Really? But anyway, once we get all stoked intellectually, creatively about these films, we're not just going to, say, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Well, actually, we are going to say that. But you don't have to go home. We'll have an after party somewhere, either at a location downtown. Maybe we'll all go out to dinner.
And that's where the real networking happens.
At the after parties, yeah. And they're at film festivals. Snake Alley had a different place each
all
time.
3 nights they had them. They had them afterwards, and they're awesome.
So if you're a VIP, come in at 6 p.m., pay $8 if you want to be a VIP. Tell tickets, its space is limited, but if you get here early enough, you can get a VIP pass. Have dinner, so you're not going to be hungry. So 6 p.m., about 9:30, the festival wrap up. From 9:30 to 11:30 is the after party. A complete night of culture, entertainment, intellectual outlets, if you will, a chance to network, healthy socialization here in Muscatine. That's going to be a hard thing to beat.
That's the main thing. And here in Muscatine, that's great.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited for this. I'm pumped.
You don't have to drive to Davenport. You don't have to drive
to Cedar Rapids, West Burlington, wherever you want to go. It's right here in our own hometown. So I'm excited, Chad. I really am. I'm shaking now.
Yeah. Well, you got a little more on the line than I do. I've
You're
got a lot of
in the film.
Yeah, maybe I will steal the show from the other actors. I've got a cameo in the movie Faith, which if just tuning in, we're going to feature Mike Ray Final Draft Productions' Faith. I think they even got T-shirts for that.
We do got T-shirts. We got some made. And thanks to the MCC Video Department for allowing us to use some of the equipment to shoot this thing, man. It's
trying to promote the idea.
Absolutely.
I like watching TV, don't get me wrong, but what about making some TV?
Right.
Making a video or making a movie. And I think I'm hoping that people will come to the video department and be reminded that this is Muscatine Power and Water Digital TV Channel 9 here at MCC. So if you're thinking about making a movie or a film or want to make a TV show for Channel 9, you can. And if it's for Channel 9, the resources are free. You just got to devote some time and effort, which, as we know, can be discouraging at first, but once you get hooked, you're addicted, right?
Hooked. I've been hooked for years, or a long time. I've been doing public access for a long time, so it's been great.
It's rewarding to share it, isn't it?
It is. It's nice to see people stop you and say, "Hey, I saw you on TV the other day." Whether or not it's a little short film or a commercial or something for whatever, but it's still great to just people to see you on TV. It's always nice to be on TV, like you said.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to be recognized, and I'm looking forward to all the likes on Facebook we got. So if you're just tuning in and you want to go to Muscatine Independent Film Festival, it's on Facebook. We update you with the current, new, greatest information. Whether we got some sort of catering deal or we'll update you on the awards.
It's Facebook/MIFF Festival.
Okay. Easy enough.
Very
so
easy.
get online and like the page if you want to keep in touch. Otherwise, just do it the old-fashioned way. Show up Saturday, 6 p.m. If you get here early enough and have $8, you can get to be a VIP and hang out in the green room. We're going to have some cool music, some sketchy lights. I don't know. But it's going to be the green room. And then otherwise, 7 p.m. Saturday, November 2nd here at the Student Center. General admission. Come to first annual Muscatine Independent Film Festival. And that's all I got to say.
I'm excited, Chad. I'm ready. I'm ready for November 2nd, Chad. It's going to be great.
Okay, well, that wraps it up. We'll hope to see some of you there, and we'll be in touch. We're going to end the show right now, so thanks for tuning in to Muscatine Digital TV, Access Channel 9. I've been Chad Bishop, along with Mike Ray, co-producers of the first annual Muscatine Independent Film Festival. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.